Letters to the Editor is an author-driven podcast created and directed by Enrique Stuyck Roma, a journalist, lawyer and entrepreneur from Madrid. Enrique holds a Guinness World Record for his letters to the editor and has had 10,000 letters published in 70 Spanish newspapers. In this podcast, we will read a letter a day for a whole year selected from his books Ocurrencias, Witticisms, Reflections on Life. The title of today's letter is Ignorance, Knowledge and Intelligence. I'm not sure whether it's better to be unaware of many things or if it is better to know everything, though maybe the former is more human, since absolute knowledge is practically impossible. At most, we can talk about those people who know a little bit about everything, those with encyclopedic minds, or others who specialise in a specific area. But now, Wikipedia makes surface-level learning seem rather unnecessary, and to become a notary or a scientist, you have to dedicate so much time that you inevitably miss out on many things life has to offer. So maybe the best path is to have a decent level of knowledge. But no matter how much we learn, there will always be far more things we do not know. Therefore, intelligence might be key in helping us focus on gaining just the right amount of knowledge each of us need to get by in all areas of life. And as many people say, ignorance is bliss, I comfort myself with the idea that maybe that's why I'm relatively happy. But it worries me to think that being truly happy might require being completely ignorant, because whether we like it or not, life teaches us things along the way, and for that, you do not need to be particularly intelligent. This letter was published in 3 newspapers in October 2022.
Ignorance and knowledge and intelligence. I really think that these 3 concepts are closely connected. 2 of them, ignorance and knowledge, are essentially opposites, but they are still very related to each other. In fact, there's only a small step between ignorance and knowledge, but you have to take that step. That's what makes someone a person capable of gaining the understanding needed to navigate both social and professional life with a certain level of confidence. Intelligence, on the other hand, is something you are born with. Everyone has it to a greater or lesser degree, but it can also be developed if you have the motivation and mindset to do so. There are very small people out there who are totally ignorant, and there are others who might not be so bright, but make up for it with enough knowledge to balance things out. You could say that the lack of knowledge makes even intelligent people seem ignorant, but the reverse isn't true. You cannot just say that someone automatically becomes intelligent just because they have gained knowledge. For ignorance and knowledge to really come together, it's not just about being smart. You also need the will and determination to learn. That's the only way to really gain knowledge. Without that, intelligence alone isn't too much use. There are people who are clever but have very little culture, and others who may not be as intelligent but have learned a great deal by making a great effort. If I have to choose, I will go with the second type. Why? Because working hard and making a real effort to learn something is much more admirable than just being very intelligent. I mean, intelligence on its own does not take you very far.
Discover more episodes at letterstotheeditor.com, and remember to subscribe and rate the podcast on your favourite platform. Podcast produced by Jorge Marín e Ove Productora. Letters translated by Ana Marchena. Branding and visual identity by Samuel Ferrer, Quinton Brands. Editing by Margot Martin. Readings by Susanna Galan.